The fists may not have been flying, but it was definitely a victorious night in Hollywood for the cast and crew of the MMA-themed action drama Warrior, as the film they all worked so hard on had its black carpet premiere Tuesday night. Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton play brothers in the fights of their lives. Hardy's Tommy Reardon is a haunted ex-Marine looking to get back into the violent arena of mixed martial arts and seeks the training from his equally haunted father, played by Nick Nolte.
Really amazing last night.
Edgerton's Brendan, a former MMA fighter turned elementary school teacher, is coming to the realization that he's going to have to set foot back inside the squared circle in order to save his family's home. A path that could very likely result in him coming head-to-head with his estranged brother. Hollywood liberties aside, it's a role Edgerton sadly admits many Americans can identify with.
You know, for my character, he really is a guy that represents what a lot of people are going through. Unfortunately, it's this kind of strain, the financial strain.
You know, I don't want you guys to think that I'm not really getting battered out there.
He readily admits the 3 months of physical training took its toll.
I had my MCL ligament torn during a fight scene, which put me back about 6 weeks, you know, and that was very upsetting actually. You know, it hurt, but it wasn't so much the pain of it, it was more being worried about not continuing, because we were really in the trenches at that point.
I thought we agreed that we weren't going to raise our children in a family.
Jennifer Morrison plays the woman in the middle of all this conflict, and although it's the 2 male leads taking most of the physical beatings in the film, her character doesn't come out unscathed, suffering just as much emotional pummeling. Take just as big a beating as the guys do in the ring, right?
Emotionally, right? Yeah, emotionally I get a little beat up. So, you know, this is definitely a film set in the fighting world, but really about a family fighting to overcome all of the difficulties that they've had, and you know, my character in particular is fighting to save her marriage. So I think hopefully women will definitely respond to that.
For director Gavin O'Connor, finally seeing his creation on the big screen and tracking so well with test audiences means that moviegoers aren't just in it to see the testosterone-fueled fight scenes, even if that means giving a little credit to that other fighting movie that came out last year.
We were going to come out last year, but then with the fighter, they didn't want to have 2 movies in the marketplace that a lot of people would compare them to each other, which is what's happening now. So I thought the studio made the right decision by holding it.
I need this. I got a family to protect. Everything I do is for them.
Well, in a way, I view the movie as wish fulfillment, because Joel's character, Brendan, as you know, he's in debt. He's going to lose his home with a housing crisis, and he literally fights his way out of debt, which I think a lot of people in this country wish they can do, because they're on the doorstep of losing their homes too.
I didn't come in for long, Frank. I was hoping that you would train me.
Are you serious?
Making Hardy and Edgerton look the part of bare-knuckle brawlers took some of the most talented stunt and fight choreographers in the business. Sean Hargrave and Fernando Chen were just 2 of the dozen or so member team tasked with training the actors and making them look like pros in the ring.
The team that we assembled was very knowledgeable in mixed martial arts but also film fighting, and a lot of our research was watching past mixed martial arts fights, a lot of UFC fights, a lot of Pride fights, because we wanted to keep the film grounded in reality and not get too fantastical with a lot of the moves. So this film is based as much as we could in reality, real fighting techniques.
Tom wasn't great at taking punches, but he slowly, you know, starting off by, you know, throwing punches at him, letting him get hit. Slowly he started enjoying it, starting to learn how to fight back and counter punch and stuff like that. Joel's always been a fighter. He never was afraid of getting hit and stuff like that and getting taken down, but it was pretty much, that's how we did it. We started teaching them how to be real fighters, and we would have sparring sessions and beat them up.
After sitting on the Lionsgate shelf for almost 3 years, Warrior will finally punch its way into theaters this Friday. In Hollywood, Scott Edwards, CBSNews.com.